The newest patch for Diablo 4 is here, and it's a big one. In a lengthy list of patch notes posted to their blog, Blizzard detailed Diablo 4 patch 1.03, which included an enormous list of gameplay improvements and some hotly requested changes to address the endgame XP grind. Here's a quick rundown on everything you need to know about Diablo 4's 1.03 patch. Many quest bugs and character glitches that have bothered players have been addressed, like rogues becoming invisible indefinitely in the PvP-focused Field of Hatred zones, and corpses disappearing when using corpse tendrils as a necromancer. But the most notable changes can be found in a section called Experience Rewards, where numerous improvements to the endgame XP grind can be found. A major issue with the endgame grind is that nightmare dungeons, which are meant to be one of the main activities for players to tackle after completing the campaign, have actually been less efficient for leveling than doing certain standard dungeons. One of the reasons for this is that many nightmare dungeons are simply too far from fast travel points to be worth hiking over to enter the activity in the first place, while a second, even more critical reason is that nightmare dungeons simply didn't give enough XP to make the high difficulty activity worth it. Both of these issues are now being addressed, as players will now be able to teleport directly to nightmare dungeons, which have been tuned to give dramatically more XP. Similarly, Helltide chests now provide, quote, substantially more bonus experience when opened, and XP granted from completing Whisper bounties has been, quote, significantly increased. All of these are post-campaign activities, but as they're meant to be some of the best ways to improve your gear, it's great to see that they will also see a substantial increase in XP gains as well. Alongside the XP increases for endgame activities, this patch brings buffs for every class across the board, with cooldown reductions and damage increases being generously handed out to the point that some classes have more than half of their skill tree improved. We can't go over all of them in this video because there's simply too much to cover, but if you want to read the full patch notes for yourself, you can find the link in the description. One consistent change made to every class was an improvement to the basic attack skills, as the development team wanted to address feedback that, quote, basic skills aren't impactful enough in combat. It may be worth exploring some of these changes as it relates to your chosen characters in case an ability that previously wasn't worth using might now be more desirable. If the patch notes deliver on these XP and damage changes, it should dramatically improve the lengthy endgame grind that has frustrated some players in its sluggishness, especially when tackling the activities that were meant to be grinded were not the most efficient way to level. For more on Diablo 4, check out our class build guide videos, or our guide for how to find more crushed beast bones. For everything else gaming, keep it here on IGN.